as more often than not nowadays we are aiming to conversation around the memoir of the football legend known as Karim Benzema. Karim Mostafa Benzema, born the 19th of December 1987, could be a French proficient footballer who plays as a striker for and captains La Liga club Genuine Madrid. Respected as one of the leading strikers of all time, he may be an imaginative forward eminent for his goal-scoring capacity, as well as his specialized abilities, vision, and flexibility on the field. He is Genuine Madrid's all-time second highest goalscorer and best help provider. Benzema has won 24 trophies with Genuine Madrid, counting 4 La Liga, 3 Copa del Rey and 5 UEFA Champions Association titles. Born in Lyon to Algerian Guardians, Benzema began his career with hometown club Olympique Lyonnais in 2005, contributing sporadically to 3 Ligue 1 title wins. In 2008, he was named the league's Player of the Year and within the Group of the Year, having wrapped up as the league's beat goalscorer and winning his 4th league title and to begin with Roadster de France. In 2009, Benzema was the subject of a then French record football exchange when he joined Genuine Madrid in a bargain worth €35 million. After battling to set up himself in his make a big appearance season, he inevitably accomplished a reliable goalscoring rate with the club, outstandingly being portion of a profoundly appraised trio nearby Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale, named BBC, who were indispensably to 4 Champions Alliance wins from 2014 to 2018. Taking after Ronaldo's flight in 2018, Benzema transitioned from the untrue 9 position into a sole striker. He was named within the La Liga group of the season for 4 successive a long time from 2018 to 2022, won La Liga Best Player twice and the Pichichi Trophy for the primary time in 2022. Benzema wrapped up as Champions Association Best Scorer as he won his 5th title in 2022. French worldwide, Benzema won the 2004 UEFA European Under-17 Championship and made his senior make a big appearance for France in 2007, at age 19. He earned 97 caps, counting scoring in 3 and showing up in 4 major competitions, and positions as France's 6th highest all-time best goalscorer. Benzema was disputably cleared out of the squad for the 2010 World Glass and did not play for France for over a long time after being embroiled in a coercing embarrassment in 2015. He afterward returned to the squad sometime recently, declaring his universal retirement in December 2022. He has been named French Player of the Year by France Football 4 times. For his exhibitions in 2021 and 2022, Benzema was granted the UEFA Player of the Year and the Ballon d'Or, getting to be the 5th French player to have won the Ballon d'Or. Had been prosecuted for complicity of endeavored coercion. This choice was made on the premise of challenging the lawfulness of the phone calls recording by the police, and the judgment did not refute the veracity of the coercion endeavor on Valbuena by Benzema. On 7 January 2021, the Open Prosecutor's Office in Versailles reported that Benzema would confront trial for his affirmed association within the coercion endeavor. On 24 November 2021, Benzema was found guilty of planning to shake down Valbuena with a sex tape. The judge gave him a 1-year suspended sentence and fined him €75,000. His lawyers said they will offer his conviction. He will be absolutely sentenced in this case in June. 2022, after having deserted the request method. In Walk 2020, amid an Instagram livestream with YouTuber and web identity Mohamed Henny, Benzema made disputable comments approximately French player Olivier Giroud, who supplanted Benzema within the France national team. He called Giroud and quote, karting and quote, whereas he alluded to himself as and quote, equation 1 and quote. On 10 Walk 2023, France head coach Didier Deschamps expressed in an meet with Le Parisien that he had told Benzema, taking after his harm earlier to the 2022 FIFA World Container, that there was and quote, no crisis and quote, and that he may and quote, organize his return and quote, from harm with the group chief. Deschamps at that point claimed that Benzema made the choice to take off the France group himself, saying and quote, when I woke up, I learned that he had cleared out and quote. In any case, Benzema responded on his Instagram story by reposting the Deschamps articulation in the meet with the caption and quote, but what daringness and quote. He posted a advanced story of French Snapchat identity Richie rehashing the express and quote, liar, you're a liar at 34, a long time and 302 days ancient. He is the second oldest victor of the grant, after Stanley Matthews. 2007 to 2009. Club charm for the 2007-08 season, with Florent Malouda, John Carew and Sylvain Wiltord all withdrawing from the club. Benzema exchanged to the number 10 shirt and was embedded into the lead striker part. After forming an extraordinary relationship with unused supervisor Alan Perrin, he reacted with 31 objectives in 51 games. He topped the alliance with 20 objectives, scored 4 objectives within the Champions Association, 1 within the Roadster de la Ligue, and totaled 6 objectives in 6 Quart de France matches, making a difference. Lyon win there to begin with ever twofold. Some of his more astonishing exhibitions that season included a hat-trick against Metz on 15 September, an equalizing objective within the 90th minute from a free kick against Derby du Rhône rivals Saint-Étienne, and an objective against Focal Point that was assigned for objective of the season by fans. Within the Champions Alliance, Benzema scored an important twofold against Officers at Ibrox Stadium on the last match day of the bunch organise. The 3-0 triumph guaranteed Lyon progression to the knockout rounds. Within the knockout rounds, Lyon confronted Manchester joined together and Benzema proceeded to score. This time it was from exterior the punishment box within the to begin with leg coordinate, which finished in a 1-1 draw, and joined together inevitably won the tie 1-2 on total. Manchester joined together supervisor Sir Alex Ferguson and players lauded Benzema for his performance. Lyon club president Jean-Michel Aulas afterward charged Ferguson of tapping up Benzema. On 13 Walk 2008, Benzema expanded his contract with Lyon until 2013 with a 1-year expansion option. After marking his unused contract, Benzema got to be one of the most noteworthy paid footballers in France. For his endeavours that season, he was named the Ligue 1 Player of the Year, chosen to the Group of the Year, and granted the Trophée du Meilleur Buteur for being the league's best scorer. He won the 2008 Bravo Grant given to the foremost extraordinary youthful footballer playing in Europe, and was too shortlisted by French magazine France Football for the 2008 Ballon d'Or award, eventually won by Cristiano Ronaldo. Benzema got off to a great begin for the 2008-09 season, scoring twice in Lyon's opening alliance coordinate against Toulouse. Taking after 3 weeks, he scored objectives against Rhône-Alpes rivals Grenoble and Saint-Étienne, 49, and scored an objective against Nice, converting a punishment within the passing. On seconds, Lyon won all 3 matches. As a result of his early objectives, Lyon club president Jean-Michel Aulas suppressed the numerous exchange rumors encompassing Benzema by putting a €100 million cost tag on the striker. He was too assigned nearby Franck Ribéry to be highlighted on the French cover of the video amusement FIFA 09 Bernabeu Trophy. The goals brought his ad up to count in the pre-season with genuine Madrid to 5, making him the joint best scorer nearby individual striker Raúl Benzema made his alliance make a big appearance for Madrid on 29 eminent 2009. Against Deportivo La Coruña, he started the coordinate, but was substituted out within the moment. Half as Madrid won 3-2. A month afterward, he scored his to begin with goal for the club in a 5-0 triumph against recently advanced Xerez. After lost the midweek coordinate against Villarreal, against Tenerife at the end of the week, Benzema scored his to begin with double for Madrid in a 3-0 domestic triumph. He made his Champions Alliance make a big appearance for the club on 30 September in a group-arranged tie against Marseille. After coming up short to score a objective in the month of October, within the teams to begin with coordinate in November against Italian club Milan within the Champions Alliance, Benzema scored the opener to provide Madrid a 1-0 lead. His objective was afterward cancelled out by a Ronaldinho penalty. In late November, Benzema started showing up primarily as a substitute as Chief Manuel Pellegrini favoured Gonzalo Higuaín within the lead striker part. To coincide with his benching, the striker was moreover being criticised by the Spanish media for his underperformance and difficulties settling within the nation, as he had not however started learning the Spanish dialect. He was indeed declared the modern Anelka by a Spanish daily paper Marca blogger, alluding to previous genuine Madrid striker Nicolas Anelka, who had a violent year at the club sometime recently being sold. Benzema was protected by his compatriot Zinedine Zidane, who conceded after 2 months. I was moreover criticized which Benzema was a skilled player and gifted players in Madrid must win On 5 December, Benzema showed up as a substitute for Rafael van der Vaart and scored the third objective in a 6-0 frolic of Almeria. The day after the coordinate against Almeria, Benzema reacted to the criticism by expressing, I am completely coordinates and exceptionally upbeat at genuine Madrid yes, I have progressed my adjustment. I have a unused domestic and I'm learning Spanish to get it myself superior with my partners. After nearly a month coming off of the bench, he begun nearby Higuaín away to Valencia on 12 December. A week afterward, Benzema returned to the seat, taking after an harm to Higuaín in early January 2010. Pellegrini embedded Benzema back into the beginning lineup, after coming up short to score in his first 2 begins within the non-appearance of Higuaín, against Deportivo La Coruña on 30 January, he scored a twofold in an critical 3-1 absent win, following the return of Higuaín. Benzema was relegated back to a substitute's part and wrapped up the campaign by making 8 continuous appearances off the bench. Included in one of those appearances was his last objective of the season against Athletic Bilbao in a 5-1 win. 2010-11. First-team pillar ahead of the 2010-11 season, Benzema exchanged to the number 9 shirt as Genuine Madrid were beneath the tutelage of unused approaching manager José Mourinho. The striker instantly drew the anger of Mourinho, who announced to correspondents amid a pre-season media session that Benzema must get it that he is amazingly skilled, but that in itself isn't sufficient whereas moreover, expressing that Madrid require a striker who is sparky, not one that's listless Mourinho opinions were afterward resounded by approaching France national group coach Laurent Blanc, who recognized that Benzema was not utilized to working Blanc too expressed that the striker required to shed weight in a range to fulfill his potential. Due to Mourinho leaning toward Ronaldo and Higuaín as his advances, Benzema began the campaign as a substitute coming off the bench within the team's opening association coordinate of the season against Mallorca. Following the September worldwide break, he made his to begin in a 1-0 win over Osasuna. On 21 September, Benzema made a substitute appearance and scored his to begin goal of the season in a 3-0 domestic win against Espanyol. Afterwards, the striker fizzled to score a domestic objective for about 2 months. On 10 November, Benzema scored his moment goal of the campaign against Genuine Murcia within the 2010-11 version of the Copa del Rey. In late November, Benzema was embedded into the beginning 11 taking after a serious back injury to Higuaín, beside the team's need of senior strikers. In his first coordinate since being embedded into the beginning lineup for all time, he scored his to begin with Champions Alliance goal of the season in a bunch stage fixture against Dutch club Ajax. In Madrid's last gather-arrange tie against French Furnish Auxerre, Benzema scored his to begin with cap-trap for the club in a 4-0 win. The primary objective he scored was Genuine Madrid's 300th objective within the Champions Association period. 2 weeks afterward, Benzema changed over another cap-trap, this time in an 8-0 whipping of Levante in the Copa del Rey. In late January, for the primary time in his Genuine Madrid career, Benzema scored objectives in back-to-back matches. On 23 January, he scored the as it were objective in a 1-0 win at domestic against Mallorca. 3 days afterward, Benzema rehashed his endeavors, scoring the only goal in a win over Sevilla within the first leg of the team's Copa del Rey semi-final tie. Genuine Madrid afterward progressed to its 37th Copa del Rey final in club history after beating Sevilla 2-0 within the moment leg. Following the entry of Emmanuel Adebayor on credit, Benzema went unused in 2 continuous alliance matches in February 2011. He returned to the beginning lineup on 19 February and set out on a run in which he scored 10 objectives in 8 matches. Included in those 10 objectives were doubles in 3 straight matches against Malaga, Hustling de Santander and Hercules, as well as an objective within the 2. Begin with leg of Madrid's circular of 16 tie against former club Lyon. The strike against his hometown club was the 100th objective of his proficient career, additionally the primary objective for Genuine Madrid at the Stade de Gélon in 6 a long time, in spite of the fact that in spite of the honors associated with netting the goal, Benzema did not celebrate out of regard for his previous club. On 19 March, he scored the opener within the El Derby Madrileno as Genuine Madrid went on to win the match 2-1. Despite his frame, Benzema showed up in as it were one of the four profoundly expected matches against El Clasico rivals Barcelona, in which the two clubs met within the association, the 2011 Copa del Rey final and the Champions Association knockout stage. In between those clashes, on 23 April 2011, Benzema scored a objective in a 6-3 win over Valencia. On 30 April, he scored a objective within the team's 3-2 misfortune to Genuine Zaragoza. It was the as it were coordinate of the campaign that Genuine Madrid lost, in which Benzema scored. To shut out the campaign, Benzema scored another double in an 8-1 win over Almeria. He finished the campaign moment on the group behind Ronaldo with 26 objectives as Genuine Madrid captured the Copa del Rey, giving Benzema his to begin with respect with the club for his exhibitions amid the campaign, especially amid the moment half. Benzema was praised by Mourinho, club authorities, Florentino Perez and Emilio Butragueño, as well as National Group Director Laurent Blanc. 2011-12. To begin with, La Liga Championship alter earlier to the begin of the 2011-12 season, Benzema, taking the advice of compatriots Blanc and Zidane, ventured to Merano, Italy, to go to a tall execution clinic where he underwent treatment to decrease his weight. The spell at the clinic was eventually a victory after the striker arrived at pre-season 8 kilograms, 18 pounds lighter. While at the clinic, Benzema moreover experienced physical preparing to construct up his muscle mass. The striker was amazing within the pre-season, scoring 8 objectives in 7 matches. His exhibitions amid the pre-season come about in Mourinho naming him the beginning lead striker for the new campaign. Mourinho was afterward credited with Benzema's transformation, but denied full obligation and, instead, gave credit to the striker himself. Within the moment leg of the 2011 Supercopa de España against Barcelona, and with Madrid trailing 4-3 on total late in the coordinate, Benzema scored the equalizing objective to even the tie at 4-4. In any case, 6 minutes afterward, a Lionel Messi strike gave Barcelona the Supercup. Within the team's moment alliance coordinate of the season against Getafe, Benzema scored a double in a 4-2 victory. After going goalless in 3 sequential association matches, he scored his third alliance objective of the campaign against Rayo Vallecano in a 4-2 win. In the team's resulting coordinate against Ajax. Within the Champions Alliance, Benzema scored Madrid's third objective in a 3-0 domestic win. In the club's following Champions League match against Lyon, Benzema scored once more by netting the opener in a 4-0 win against Lyon. Substitute within the coordinate. 2012-2016. Sustained continental victory alter on the primary matchday of the Champions League. Benzema scored an equalizer against Manchester City in 3-2 win at Santiago Bernabeu. On 4 October 2012, Benzema scored a bike kick goal off a cross by Kaká in a 4-1 win against Ajax in Amsterdam. On 18 December, one day before his 25th birthday, his fine frame saw him gain the grant for Best French Footballer of 2012, for the moment year running. On 2 March 2013, Benzema opened the scoring against Barcelona within the Alliance Amusement at the Santiago Bernabeu. Genuine went on to win the Amusement 2-1, the second time they beat Barcelona in a week. Ahead of the 2013-14 season, Benzema became part of a trio alongside Cristiano Ronaldo and recently signed Gareth Parcell. Named BBC. Benzema started the season by scoring in a 2-1 win over Genuine Betis at the Santiago Bernabeu. After 4 matches without scoring, 2 with Genuine Madrid and 2 with France, he returned to goal-scoring frame by netting twice in a 6-1 absent win over Galatasaray in Champions League. On 18 January 2014, he scored his 100th objective for Madrid in a 5-0 triumph at Real Betis. On 23 walk, Benzema scored 2 objectives against furious rivals Barcelona in El Clasico at the Bernabeu from 2 crosses by Ángel Di María, taking his goal count in La Liga to 17 goals. In spite of the fact that Barcelona won the coordinate 4-3. Benzema was part of Genuine Madrid's beginning 11 within the 2014 Copa del Rey last on 16 April at the Mestalla Stadium, and helped Di Maria's opening goal before Gareth Bunch hit the winner for Madrid in a 2-1 triumph. 1 week afterward, on 23 April, Benzema scored the only objective of the Amusement to win the primary leg of a Champions Association semi-final against Bayern Munich, 1-0. The club went on to win the Ultimate in May. Genuine Madrid's assaulting trio of Parcell, Benzema and Cristiano, named and Quat, BBC and Quat, wrapped up the season with 97 objectives. On 6 August 2014, Genuine Madrid reported that Benzema had signed an unused 5-year bargain that will keep him at the club until 2019. On 12 August 2014, Benzema played the entire 90 minutes in Genuine Madrid's 2-0 win against Sevilla in Cardiff to claim the UEFA Super Container. On 16 September, Benzema scored Genuine Madrid's 1,000th objective in European competition after netting a goal in a 5-1 triumph over FC Basel in the primary coordinate of the Champions Alliance Bunch stage. He scored the winning goal in Genuine Madrid's 2-1 absent triumph against Ludogorets Razgrad in the Champions Association after coming on as a second-half substitute. The another end of the week, he scored a brace within the 5-0 triumph against Athletic Bilbao in La Liga. In 2014, Benzema won France Football's Grant for French Player of the Year for the 3rd time. As it were, Thierry Henry has won this grant on more events. Benzema was chosen as La Liga Player of the Month for October 2014, with his director Carlo Ancelotti winning the proportionate grant. He scored 3 of Genuine Madrid's 13 goals of the month, in which they won 3 matches and as it were conceded fair 1 goal. On 8 December 2015, Benzema scored a cap trap in an 8-0 thrashing against Malmö FF. On 20 December, he scored another cap trap in a 10-2 victory over Rayo Vallecano. He was a standard starter when the group won the 2015-16 UEFA Champions Association, 2016-2018 European three-peat and Moment Association title all competitions in 2018-19 as the club's best scorer for the campaign. His conspicuousness in Real Madrid's squad essentially expanded. On 7 November 2018, Benzema scored a brace within the 5-0 win at Victoria Pleasant within the UEFA Champions League group arranged. Coming to the 200th goal point of reference with the club, becoming as it were the seventh Madrid player to attain the deed. He scored 3 objectives in 6 matches, all of them against Pleasen, making a difference. Genuine Madrid topping gathered G later on 13 February of the taking after year. Within the to begin with leg of the competition's circular of 16, Benzema scored the opener of a 2-1 away win over Ajax, reaching 60 Champions Association goals, becoming as it were the 4th player to do so. Benzema scored Madrid's first competitive objective of the 2019-20 season on 17. Admirable within the 3-1 absent win over Celta Vigo within the opening La Liga match. Later, on 6 November, he scored a brace in Madrid's 6-0 smashing of Galatasaray, accomplishing 2 modern points of reference. He became the moment player after Lionel Messi to score in 15 consecutive Champions Association seasons and moreover the third Madrid player to score 50 objectives in the competition. His exhibitions were lauded by chief Zinedine Zidane, who called him a legend. Additionally compared him with Cristiano Ronaldo. 3 days afterward, in the following alliance coordinate, he scored a first-half brace in a 4-0 win at Eibar, overwhelming Ferencváros as the club's 6th all-time goalscorer in La Liga with 157 objectives from 323 appearances. In February 2020, Benzema expanded his contract with Genuine Madrid until 2022. On one walk, he made his 500th appearance for Genuine Madrid in a 2-0 home win over Barcelona in El Clasico, getting to be the 14th player within the club's history to attain this milestone. At the conclusion of the season, Real Madrid won the 2019-20 La Liga, whereas scoring over 20 objectives was the primary Madrid captain to score a hat-trick since Raúl in 2008. 1 week afterward, Benzema and Vini Jr. would combine twice within the final few minutes against Valencia at the Mestalla to complete a comeback to win Madrid their first win at the Mestalla in 4 seasons. On the 22nd of September, Benzema scored a brace and given another 2 helps in a 6-1 win over Mallorca at the Bernabeu. Benzema's brace allowed him to gotten to be as it were the 4th Madrid player in history to score 200 La Liga objectives after Di Stefano, Raúl and Cristiano Ronaldo. 213. On the 28th of September, Benzema became the player in history to score in 17 sequential Champions League seasons after scoring his to begin with punishment within the competition in a 1-2 domestic loss against Sheriff within the group stage. On the 22nd of October, Benzema scored Madrid's 1000th Champions Alliance objective at the Bernabeu against Shakhtar Donetsk. In the method, Benzema scored his 291st and 292nd objectives for the club, making him their 4th highest all-time top scorer, surpassing Santillana. With his objective against Sevilla in La Liga on 28 November, he got to be the most noteworthy French goalscorer in club football matches, overwhelming Thierry Henry. On 8 January, Benzema scored his 300th objective for Madrid, converting a penalty in a 4-1 win at domestic in La Liga against Valencia. On 9 walk, he scored a hat-trick within 17 minutes in a remarkable comeback against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions Alliance circular of 16. At the age of 34, Benzema got to be the most seasoned player to score a hat-trick within the Champions League. With the 3 objectives, Benzema brought his count to 309, overwhelming Alfredo Di Stefano as Real Madrid's third highest all-time goalscorer. On 14 March, Benzema scored a brace in La Liga coordinate against Mallorca and broke Henry's record, getting to be all-time best French goalscorer with 413 goals. On 6 April, he scored another hat-trick within the Champions Association in a 3-1 absent win over Chelsea within the to-begin-with leg of the quarter-finals. Benzema became only the moment player, after Cristiano Ronaldo, to score back-to-back hat-tricks in progressive Champions League knockout matches. 1 week later, within the moment leg at the Santiago Bernabeu, Benzema scored a 96th-minute header in extra time which proved significant, as Madrid misplaced to Chelsea 2-3 on the night but qualified for the semi-finals 5-4 on total. UEFA European Under-19 Championship. The group opened the campaign with 2 inviting matches against Norway. Over the course of the 2 matches, Benzema scored 1 objective, which came within the to-begin-with coordinate, a 4-0 win. Within the to-begin-with circular of capability for the UEFA-sanctioned competition, he scored his only goal within the final bunch coordinate against Austria. France won the match 2-0, which come about within the group advancing to the elite round. In the following circular, France were placed in a relatively easy gather nearby Scotland, Bulgaria, and Belarus. In the opening group game against Bulgaria, Benzema scored a double, changing over a punishment and scoring in play as France won 4-0. Both of his goals were scored inside a minute of each other. After surprisingly drawing 0-0 with Belarus, France confronted Scotland within the final bunch organized coordinate. Benzema opened the scoring in the 11th diminutive, but his objective was cancelled out by Stephen Fletcher. Within the moment half, the coordinate ultimately finished 1-1 and, in spite of wrapping up the circular undefeated, France were disposed of after being beaten on focuses by the Scots. Benzema made his under-21 make a big appearance for Les Espoirs under coach René Girard in the team's begin-with coordinate, taking after the 2006 UEFA European Under-21 Championship against Belgium. He started the match and was replaced at halftime by Johan Gourcuff. He included in qualification matches for the 2007 UEFA European Under-21 Championship and showed up as a starter and substitute in the to-begin-with leg and moment leg, respectively, of the team's astounding defeat to Israel within the qualifying playoffs. Despite still being qualified to speak to the Under-21 team until 2009, his appearance in the moment leg overcome to Israel was Benzema's final with the group, and he wrapped up his Under-21 career with 5 appearances and no objectives. Earlier to speaking to France at senior worldwide level, Benzema was courted by the Algerian Football League, FAF, who sought for the player to represent Algeria at senior universal level. In December 2006, the striker was approached by former Federation President Hamid Haddad and then national team coach Jean-Michel Cavalli, but turned down the welcome, citing his desire to continue his worldwide career with France. Benzema afterward told French radio station Radio Monte Carlo and quote, "Algeria is my parents' nation and it is in my heart, but football-wise, I will only play for the French national group," and quote. Senior Euro 2008 charge in his autobiography. In spite of the fact that most of Gallas' accusations were directed at Nasri, amid the competition, it was reported by newspaper Le Parisien that a few of the national team players depicted Benzema as and quote, presumptuous and and that the striker was chastened by midfielder Claude Makélélé following the team's loss to the Netherlands. 2010 World Container exclusion alter despite the reports from after Euro 2008. Benzema remained a customary in the team and, ahead of qualification for the 2010 FIFA World Class, exchanged to the number 10 shirt after previously wearing the number 9. Within the teams to begin with coordinate taking after its elimination from Euro 2008, Benzema scored a goal in a 3-2 inviting win over Sweden in Gothenburg. 2 months afterward, he scored another objective in a 3-1 triumph against Tunisia at the Stade de France. On 5 June 2009, Benzema changed over the as it were objective of the coordinate, a punishment shot, in a 1-0 win over Turkey at the Stade de Chalon, his domestic stadium. He scored his first World Container capability goals in victories over the Faroe Islands and Austria in October 2009. His cap against Austria would be his last of the Domenech era as he failed to make France's preliminary 30-man squad for the World Cup. Domenech cited Benzema's battle for form with his unused club Genuine Madrid, rather than his alleged inclusion in a sex scandal as his reason for leaving the striker out. Prior to the list being revealed, Benzema informed Radio Monte Carlo that in case he was not chosen he would be very baffled, but not murdered I will back the France group no matter what Euro 2012 from the press within the past, as illustrated by the assortment of his goals, his transformation rate, and his clinical wrapping up with his feet as well as his head. Be that as it may, in addition to taking over the part of the team's fundamental goalscorer, he too still proceeded to serve as link-up player for the team's front line by creating chances for his colleagues. Had been arraigned for complicity of attempted blackmail. This choice was made on the basis of challenging the legitimateness of the phone calls recording by the police, and the judgment did not discredit the veracity of the blackmail endeavor on Valbuena by Benzema. On 7 January 2021, the Open Prosecutor's Office in Versailles declared that Benzema would confront trial for his affirmed involvement within the coercion attempt. On 24 November 2021, Benzema was found blameworthy of conspiring to shake down Valbuena with a sex tape. The judge gave him a 1-year suspended sentence and fined him €75,000. His legal counselors said they will appeal his conviction. He will be definitively sentenced in this case in June 2022, after having abandoned the offer strategy. In March 2020, amid an Instagram livestream with YouTuber and internet personality Mohamed Henny, Benzema made questionable comments around French player Olivier Giroud, who supplanted Benzema within the France national group. He called Giroud carting whereas he alluded to himself as equation 1 On 10 Walk 2023, France head coach Didier Deschamps stated in an interview with Le Parisien that he had told Benzema following his damage earlier to the 2022 FIFA World Class that there was no crisis and that he may organize his return from damage with the group manager. Deschamps at that point claimed that Benzema made the choice to leave the France group himself, saying when I woke up, I learned that he had cleared out However, Benzema reacted on his Instagram story by reposting the Deschamps statement in the interview with the caption But what audacity and quat. He posted a encouraged story of French Snapchat identity Richie repeating the phrase and quat. Liar, you're a liar. Let us stop here, we'll proceed following time, but keep in mind to subscribe to get the overhaul on time.